I got a wet stain on my shirt, Mom. Remind me, Mike, what is it? The day 3 set? Beautiful, Mike. Did your set come with the Royal Reflection and Desert Rain? I'm curious if they've updated yet. Because Desert Rain just dropped and Royal Reflection dropped a couple months ago. So I'm curious to see if they updated the new sets. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so the set was 50 then, I'm assuming. Well, I mean, that's nice now because since you spent the 50, now if you decide to buy a bottle, you'll get it for 105 instead of 155. So once you buy a fragrance, if you do, the discovery set will pay for it. It'll be free because they've now removed. You should have gotten a coupon code in your email. So now exactly what you spent on the discovery set will be discounted off whatever you buy. And I've never met anyone that's went through the day 3 discovery set that has not decided to buy a bottle. At least one. Many people have like 3 or 4 scents they want to buy, but yeah, you're gonna find something that you're in love with for sure. Oh, shoot. I'm tired tonight, guys. How y'all been? Armoff makes great sense, Rejo. I don't really have a favorite. I mean, the ones that I haven't given away that I have here would be Tres Nuits, all the Club de Nuits. Is that all the Armoff I have at this point? It might be. Yeah, I don't have a lot of Offnon or Armoff. Sorry. What do you think about Spice Bomb? It's great. So far, I've tried Alien and Escandalo. Both are a little feminine leaning for my taste, but both are masterfully crafted. Yeah, they truly make a lot of perfectly unisex and feminine leaning unisex fragrances. To me, Desert Rain is the most masculine. Then maybe something like Aland or Philosophia or Ambar Dominicana. But yeah, they generally tend to make perfectly unisex or unisex feminine leaning, which is why I think Desert Rain was so necessary because it's so decisively masculine out of the whole set, you know. Yeah, Spice Bomb is not bad. It's the best one out of the line for sure. How much are all those perfumes worth? Too much money. Too much to count. By the way, guys, 3 dots. Get these trolls out of here. Hit the 3 dots here or here, and then hit the like button. Let's get fragrance heads in here so we can clean up in here. Appreciate you guys, by the way, for the likes. Snipers on deck, taking y'all out, hands free. I bought a Zaro Forever Wanted. Love the smell, but did I make a mistake? I hate the thoughts questions. You tell me, man. Oh, we're gonna be sniping right off. We always snipe right off the bat because, like I said, guys, y'all don't believe me, but when you hit the three dots and then hit the like button, as soon as those likes get to about halfway, YouTube figures out exactly the type of like niche specific people that should be in here, and they just remove all these guys. But until then, it's snipers on deck. So if y'all stay not running those likes up, YouTube doesn't know what to do because it feels like everybody belongs. Versace Eros EDT or EDP, which one lasts more? They both last 10 hours plus. Dun, 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 dun. Son of the day is Zaro Forever Wanted Elixir. I see you. Thoughts on Blue de Chanel? It's good. Any new upcoming fall scents we should be on the lookout for? That might be a good new episode because I haven't really been paying attention. I kind of just let Fragcom tell me what's new that's coming out. I don't really do a lot of research on upcoming releases. Like I know we had the new Bleu de Chanel just drop. I think there's like one other one I just recently heard about. We had Desert Rain drop. So I just, like I said, I just look at what the news is and catch up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really, when it comes to designer fragrances, I'm never really in a rush. Like I think Off Non is dropping some new 9 PMs as well. So we'll see. Familiar with the House of Sillage? No. Versace Eros EDP, stop asking the same question more than once. You'll get sniped out of here. Which one do you personally think is better, Most Wanted or Forever Wanted? The Most Wanted and Wanted by Night parfums. Eros Flame or Bleu de Chanel? Bleu de Chanel. What makes a summer fragrance? Can withstand heat, is bright. Yeah, longevity, bright, typically citrus, florals, aquatics, stuff like that. Armoff Iconic is just as good as Bleu de Chanel. I would agree. I have both. Will you be reviewing the new Bleu de Chanel exclusive? I was going to review the new Bleu de Chanel today, but I had to run home and make tacos. So I'll probably stop by Ulta Beauty tomorrow on my way home from work, and I'll do a hot take on it. I'm not going to do a full review on it. There's no point. It's basically just a little darker, a little smokier, a little sweeter. That's really about it. I already know that from a lot of the people I know who have already put their nose to it, but I'll put my nose to it and give you guys the official scent bubble summary probably tomorrow after work, and I'll drop it sometime midweek, probably like Wednesday or Thursday. Ugh. Spice Bomb or Versace Eros? Eros. Never heard of Malibu in the Bay. There's nothing really to review, Raydro. They're the same fragrance to me. Bleu de Chanel EDP and Club de Nuit Iconic are the exact same. How would you describe Autumn Vibes from Replica? I don't even think I have that. I finally finished all my reviews on the Replica set, which were actually, I have half the juice in every single one of them left. So this will be one of the pieces in the giveaway is a full sample set to Mason Margiela. I know this isn't the entire line, but what will come in this is Bubble Bath, Lazy Sunday Morning, Jazz Club, Sailing Day, Beach Walk, On a Date, When the Rain Stops, Autumn. Wait, I think you did ask about Autumn Vibes. Yeah, Autumn Vibes I have a review on, so just go look it up. I don't remember how it smelled. Are you familiar with raspberry and leather mixed scents? The only raspberry leather I'm familiar with is either Tuscan leather or ombre leather. Pretty sure that's a raspberry leather. Other than that, no. Yeah, there is autumn vibes in that set. So if it's in that set, I know I did a full length review. So go check it out because I welcome you guys to ask me any questions because I do have the memory of an elephant. So a lot of times I can remember stuff. But the replica line was really underwhelming to me. The only sense that I recall is like sailing day, beach walk, under the lemon tree, by the fireplace, jazz club, and Woodstock. What are your thoughts on replica jazz club? Yeah, after smelling Jazz Club, you do not have to get that. Latafa makes a fragrance called Liam Gray, and that smells completely identical. So I think you can get Liam Gray for $20, and that will smell exactly like Jazz Club. No need to spend 80 to 100 bucks on Jazz Club. What's your favorite perfume? I don't have one. The new Wanted Elixir is raspberry leather, but the raspberry note is quickly fading. If you want raspberry and leather, just get the original ombre leather from Tom Ford, the Eau de Parfum, and you'll get your raspberry and leather. Thanks, Jonathan. Is there any replica Baccarat Rouge 540 that are more on the manlier side? No. If you want a Baccarat Rouge fragrance, you're not really going to get a very manly take. The only thing you can get with that saffron, vanilla, DNA, benzoin is going to be like a perfectly unisex that isn't feminine leaning. And from that standpoint, I would get Club de Nuit Untold, the actual BR 540, the Eau de Parfum instead of the Extrait, because the Extrait ramps up on the sweetness. The Eau de Parfum is lighter, so it'll feel more perfectly unisex. Or you can switch over altogether and go with something like Instant Crush from Mancera. That's going to get you in the door, but it's still a perfectly unisex fragrance that men can wear. And you can get Instant Crush now for like $70, 120 ml. Appreciate you, Jonathan. Thank you, Sophia. Yeah, Liam Gray. That's exactly how you spelled it, Jonathan. That's it. It's from Latafa. Latafa's the house. Liam Gray is the fragrance. 1-to-1, in my opinion, to Jazz Club. Is Green Irish Tweed worth the hype? No, not price wise, no. But the scent is very good. I wouldn't pay more than 100 bucks for it. You can get Yaman Lale's Green Irish Tweed, or you can get Armaf's Très Nuit. That'll get you in the door for 20, 30 bucks. Untold is pretty close. Yes, it is. Do you enjoy the YSL men's cologne? I do. In order, my favorites are YSL L'Homme, La Nuit de l'Homme Bleu Electrique, Tuxedo, then a tie between YSL Y and Baby Cat, and then YSL myself. Best to worst. Dun, 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 dun. Best LV Imagination dupe, Sahib Intense from Ard Al Zafaran. Thoughts on Dior Sauvage? It's good. I always recommend 25 and under age, go with Dior Sauvage, EDT, EDP, or Parfum. If you're 25 and up, just go straight to Sauvage Elixir and call it a day. Should I blind buy Club de Nuit limited edition? You should never blind buy. I have Parfums de Marly Layton. Should Parfums de Marly Layton be my first oud fragrance? That's not an oud fragrance at all. At all. You found the wrong fragrance. What do you think about Latafa Opulent Dubai? Caden, I haven't put my nose to that. I'll be honest with you. I have a lot of fragrances, probably close to 1,000. But I have not put my nose to that at all. So I only speak on fragrances I own in decant or in full bottle. I thought it was the only one getting tired for no reason, but it seems like more people are. Yeah, I agree. Top 5 Rojas. I'm not in a position to say top 5 Rojas. The one I own currently is Taif Oud, Harrods, Diaghilev, Burlington 1819, Danger, Oceania, and Isola Sol. And then in decants, I have a couple of other ones. Vetiver, Scandal, Midsummer's Dream is coming in. Free Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, and I think it's like 15 years old. How long do they last? The original Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue has terrible performance. You have to get Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense version. Lin Sumi. Lin Sumi is not a fragrance she is like head over heels over. I wear it at work, so she thinks it smells okay, but she doesn't think it's like knock her socks off. But you know, Lin Sumi is not a fragrance you really wear for women. You just wear it to be professional. You got Le Male by Jean Paul Gaultier. I have it in decant. My favorite fragrance from Jean Paul Gaultier is Le Male Elixir. I don't think any of the other ones are worth owning. But then again, I'm 36 years old. I'm old, dusty, and washed up. So, do you think I should trash the light blue if it's that old? I mean, light blue is a great smelling scent. It just won't last long. What's the best fragrance for college? Versace Eros, Gucci Guilty Elixir, and Bleu de Chanel. And all of those you can get for way under 120. Gucci Guilty Elixir you can probably get for like 60. Eros you can get 100 mil for $35. And Bleu de Chanel probably cost you like 80, 90 bucks. So your thoughts on Club de Nuit limited edition? I already told you. Stop blind buying. What about Declaration Cartier? Cartier's Declaration to me is a good scent, but it smells a lot like kind of classic 1950s French perfumery. It smells old school. It's classy, but it's old school. So unless you're like 30 and up, I wouldn't even touch it. But even to me, as a guy pushing 40, I don't find myself being drawn to it. Honestly, I think Cedrat Boisé and Declaration and those kind of scents, they just kind of smell too old for me. If you like that scent profile, but you still want something timeless and modern, I would go up to Le Lion or Coromandel or even like Nishane Ani. Worst scent in your collection? I don't have bad scents. Everything I have is banger. When you say it won't last long, you mean after application since it's so old. No, it has nothing to do with being old. It's just the scent. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue is just a very light scent. I'm sorry, I meant Latent Exclusive. Should that be my first oud fragrance? Don't think of Latent as a oud fragrance, man. It's not. If you're looking for oud when you get that fragrance, you're not going to smell it. You know, nobody considers Latent or Latent Exclusive a oud fragrance. So if you're looking specifically for oud, you got to go into something like Oud for Greatness, something like that. French Avenue Aether Green performs and projects good. It does, but it takes a little bit of time to macerate. Normally 3 to 6 months seems to be the sweet spot to get like 6 solid hours of performance. But right out of the box, you'll probably just get 4 hours strong. What's your take on Burlington 1819? It's not for everybody. It's a beautiful scent, very unique, but you're probably better off getting Harrods instead because it smells just like it, but it's way more brighter and modern. 1819 smells like 1819, just high quality. So, you know, if you can get it for a nice cheap price in the hundreds and you're a collector, yeah, but if you're looking to buy 1819 and wear it a lot and feel cool and modern, don't buy it. Thoughts on Nautica Heritage? I'm not a big fan. I just go Nautica Blue and call it a day. What is a 11 out of 10 fresh fragrance that would work amazing in warm weather? Leaning mass appealing. Gucci Guilty Elixir. Which is the best Armaf Club de Nuit? Please and thank you. There really is no best. They're all great. Armaf Per Show is beautiful. Iconic is beautiful. Sillage is beautiful. Untold is beautiful. Club de Nuit for women. Club de Nuit Intense Man. They're all great. They're all phenomenal, really, to the point where it's not even really worth ranking them. Sauvage Elixir opinions, it's great. Do you have French Avenue Aether Green? I don't. I only have a decant of it. Where I'm at in my journey, it just makes sense to get Greenlee. You know what I mean? But Aether's a great scent. Aether's a very nice scent. Just give it 3 to 6 months so it can actually perform decently. But where I'm at in my journey and my collection, it just doesn't really make sense to have. How does the dry down effect go in 1 million elixir? It's very pungent. 1 million scents are very heavy. You know, even when they dry down, they get a little softer, but they're still really robust, sweet, spicy scents. So if you're looking for a light fragrance, just try to get the lightest concentration. If they have an EDT, or if you want a parfum version, a lot of times those are more rounded off. But if you're looking for a light scent, going to 1 million is not really going to be the play. You might want to go to Paco Rabanne, maybe something like Phantom. That would be a play where you still get kind of the spicy, sweet DNA. Sometimes you get it bubblegummy, but it's lighter, fresher. And if you want to go even lighter than like Phantom, you can go down to like Invictus Aqua. How do you know if a frag discounter site is reputable or dodgy? Google, ChatGPT. There will be plenty of case testimonies where there will be thousands and thousands of votes saying there's been X amount of transitions with 0 fraudulent reports. There's websites that report the validity of sites. So you could literally ask the same question you asked in here on Google, and it'll give you and then type the site that you are questioning, and that'll tell you. I'm looking to get my first fragrance, but I don't like super masculine scents. Anything for a good unisex fragrance. Baccarat Rouge 540 Eau de Parfum, or the alternative, which is Club de Nuit Untold. Instant Crush, Day 3 fragrances Bonnie. Musk Therapy from Initio. Isola Blue, Isola Soul from Roja. La Nuit de L'Homme or L'Homme from YSL. Yeah, try any of those. It'll get you far. Have you tried the new Davidoff? I have. I don't really have any feedback on it. What's the highest projection perfume you ever wear and how many hours? I mean, I have fragrances that will last 24 hours. 9 p.m. and 9 p.m. dive, so watery. Okay. What would be a scent like Nautica Voyage that's an EDP, looking for a fresh dupe scent? No reason to dupe Nautica Voyage. It's like $10. 64 in the chat, hit the like. Yeah, guys, if you want the trolls to get out of the chat and just have fragrance people, 3 dots here or 3 dots here, hit those 3 dots. I don't know what side it's on, and then hit the like button. That'll filter out all the nonsense and keep fragrance-only people in here. And by the way, I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm not sure if you answered this question already. What's a good replica for Maison Francis Kirkjohn? Which one? Do you do the lotion thing to make fragrances last better? Yeah, I do. Have you sniffed Kadal? No, I haven't. I haven't tried that, gift fans. Appreciate you answering these questions. You're very knowledgeable. Anytime. This is a fragrance Q&A. I'm literally standing here. I'm just going to be live until I get to the bottom of the questions and then leave. So I'm here for you guys. Why most of the Middle Eastern fragrances are sweet? That's not true. It's just vanilla is the most sought after note in perfumery. So a lot of the most popular fragrances are sweet. So those are going to be the ones you see because that's the thing people are buying. But when you look at Lattafa, Armaf, French Avenue, any Maison Alhambra, any of these Middle Eastern brands, they have tons of light, fresh, airy scents, like hundreds of them. But when you go on YouTube, people only talk about stuff that's citrus and sweet. And so it gives you the perception that that's all they sell, but it's not. Armaf and all these big houses literally have thousands of fragrances, actually. What up, Selly? What's poppin'? Hey, Selly, I got my vintage haul, bro. been going crazy. Got like 20 Guerlains that are discontinued. Got some Rojas. Estee Lauder. I big vintage haul, like 30 fragrances. What do you think about Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Toilette? Anything Givenchy Gentleman is great. I don't really rock Eau de Toilettes when it comes to Givenchy. I like Society. I like Gentleman Reserve Privé. I like the Absolute. I mean, there's no Givenchy that's really trash. But really, you only need 2 Givenchys in your straight. You need one that's like classy, sexy, and then one of their sweet, sexy classies, which would be like Gentleman Reserve Privé. Have you smelled any fragrances from Amarud? Yeah, I just got in Lunar Vetiver from Amarud. What's the best fragrance deal you ever found? I'll tell you a crazy deal I just seen recently. So y'all know how I feel about Mephisto right here, right? Mephisto to me is the best blue fragrance period of all time. They had Gentil Uomo or Gentili Uomo. I always say it weird. Version of this, the teal one. It retails for like $200-$300. They had that thing listed for $115 for 100 ml. And I have Gentili Uomo over here. I just got it in today, and it does smell incredible. I mean, I don't know which one I prefer over one another. In FragCom, most people prefer the teal bottle Gentili Uomo version of this. They think it's smoother. I don't know if I agree or not with that yet. Both are absolutely phenomenal. Best blues I've ever smelled to me. Gentili Uomo was going for like $115 on Joma. I could not believe it. It wasn't a tester, brand new 100 ml bottle. So if you guys are looking for, if you've had your eye on stuff like, you know, Blue Talisman, for instance, which is another great blue, but it's quite light and whispery, it is an elite blue. And there are other great blues, you know, in the designer world. Blue de Chanel, Versace Eros blue to me is, I call it a blue, spirit blue. You know, things like Oceania. There's a lot of great blues out there, but to me, nothing beats Casa Marati Mephisto. Like, it just has way more character than all the other blues, and it has good longevity. Gentili Uomo, it's like almost $170 off on Joma, which is insane. I guarantee you it's sold out, but turn the notifications on, because if that thing ever goes back down to $115, you guys should buy it. I mean, if that fragrance is under $150, buy it, because for a designer price, you will literally have one blue fragrance. You won't wear, you know, Dylan Blue. You won't wear Mont Blanc Spirit Blue. You won't wear Oceania. You won't wear Blue de Chanel. You won't wear Versace Eros. You won't wear Blue Talisman. You won't need to wear any of those. You'll have the best blue. Either version. What's the best fragrance you ever found? Oh, I already talked about that. Wave Musk from Mancera. It's okay to me. I'm not really screaming about it. Schmallow Fluff. Jeff, you know dang well when you look at me. Big, brolic, bald, black dude. Does it look like I'm buying fragrances that smell like marshmallow? Hey, Scent, thoughts on Irish leather from Memo Paris? Just bought it and I love it. The only Memo Paris I like is African leather. I don't like any of the other ones. That's just me. But I'm glad you love it. Thoughts on Vulcan? Is Vulcan Bay a fragrance, or did you just misspell that? Thoughts on Carved Oud? I have not smelled that, Robert. I apologize. Wish I could be more helpful for you. Run those likes up, guys. Run the likes up. Looking for a good suggestion for a fresh scent that's budget friendly. Right here. Lalique Equus. 25 bucks. You want another fresh scent? Lalique White. 100 mil. $25. One of the most versatile freshies. 25 bucks. I was just talking to Kix about this today. I think for the giveaway, I might hook one of you guys up with a starter bundle where you get 4 or 5 fragrances from an entire house. So I might do a Bentley bundle and I might do a Lalique bundle. And we'll just have one person get a Bentley bundle. One person get a Lalique bundle. I think that would go crazy. Literally just lace somebody up with a full kit of fragrances. Have you tried Day 3's Desert Rain? Of course. I'm the first person to smell Desert Rain, man. I know some of y'all are new here. I was the first person with Desert Rain. First person. I live down the street. I was the first person who interviewed Michael Paul about it. First person to review it. But you know, I'm a no-name person in FragCom, so I don't go waving the bell about it. But yeah, man, I dropped my review on Desert Rain like 2 weeks before it dropped, and I had it a month before it dropped. Do you think a lot of Middle Eastern dupes use sweetness to cover up cheaper synthetics? No, that's not a Middle Eastern thing. That's an everybody thing. Everybody takes vanillin and just bleeds it in their fragrance. That's not specific to clone houses. What's your take on Terre de Hermes Intense? I think Terre de Hermes straight is Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Like, Intense is cool. Don't get me wrong, but like, it's almost like asking me what I think about Versace Eros EDP and Parfum. Like, the EDT goes 10 hours, and it's probably fresher because it's an EDT. It's got a brighter top. So I feel the same thing with Terre de Hermes. Like, Terre de Hermes EDT has always had good carry on it and beastly projection. Not the craziest sillage, but it's a scent bubble type of fragrance. So for me, I'm just going to get the cheaper one, right? Because I want more juice. I want it to be affordable. And Terre de Hermes is not I'm a vetiver, got to catch them all guy. I have tons of elite vetivers, no question. So I got to have Terre de Hermes. But at the same time, to me, Terre de Hermes isn't an elite top 5 vetiver. It's definitely in my top 10. But it's not a fragrance where I need to demand to have the Eau de Parfum or the Parfum or the Intense. If I have an Eau de Toilette that's just super affordable, but I max out on juice, I still think the original Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum are great. They're good, Selly. They're good, man. I'll read you some of them. I have a lot more than this, but I can't read my other receipt on my phone. But I have Estee Lauder Beyond Paradise, Estee Lauder Knowing, Estee Lauder Pleasures, Guerlain's Chamade, Guerlain's L'Eur Bleu, Guerlain's Shalimar, Guerlain's Jicky, Yves Saint Laurent's Original Kouros, Guerlain's Mitsuko, Clinique Aromatics Elixir, Estee Lauder Azure, Roja Vetiver, Roja Scandal, Roja Creation E. Midsummer Dreams should be on the way this week. Gentili Uomo. Mon Vetiver from Essential Parfums. Taif Ormond Jane. Tolu Ormond Jane. Lunar Vetiver from Amarud. And I got another haul somewhere. I just got to actually open it. Yeah, dude, I'm so behind. I got to catch up, bro. I mean, here, I'll show you what I'm dealing with right now, Sally. Like, and this isn't even everything I'm dealing with. But, like, there's, like, 30 in there. Then I got stuff laying around. Then I got this. Then I got this. Like, I'm just sitting on a lot of, and then I've got like cases in here of other stuff. I just freaking organized all my decant shelves. So it's a lot right now. I'm interviewing a lot of collaborations, and I'm getting a lot of women on the channel to talk about fragrance, doing memoirs, shooting interviews with perfumers. So I got my head up my butt. Pineapple Intense to compare against the real Venice Parfum Emperor Straight. Cool, Javier. Yeah, I agree. What's up, Joni? Good replica for LV Imagination. Sahib Intense from Art Al Zafran. Blues Fresh are my favorite. I do like them. Haltane or Oud for Greatness, no question, Guru. Hey, Anastasia, what's up? Persian King, Gucci Guilty Elixir is just something else, man. I agree. Gucci Guilty Elixir made me start going back in the designer stores. You know what I'm saying? I had kind of graduated from it. I felt like I smelled, I mean, I didn't feel like I've smelled everything in a Sephora and Ulta Beauty 100 times over. But coming across Gucci Guilty Elixir, I was like, throw that in the cart like now. What fragrance is this? Oh, this is that House of Destan Love Flame. Hey, Sally, you put your nose to that House of Destan yet, bro? Was looking for something different and just blind bought Rasasi Shura. Okay. I see you blind buying. Like a ding dong. Hit that like, guys. Like I said, 3 dots here or 3 dots here. Hit that with your finger and then hit the like button. Appreciate you, Anastasia. Like I said, I don't have a collection. I have a problem. What's the best performing blue fragrance? Is probably a tie between Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum and Casa Marati Mephisto Gentiluomo or Original Mephisto. Blue Talisman a month ago just came out with the Extrait, so that is also very long lasting. That Bentley Knock, not familiar with Lalique, but will sniff. Yeah, Lalique is one of the most slept on designer houses. What's the cheapest cologne you got? I don't know. For those of us that don't know, what does Desert Rain smell like? I'm being lazy here, but Desert Rain basically, so some of the notes, sage, juniper, green tea, cactus, blossom. It's got a petrichor note, which is the smell of rain. It smells like something in between Acqua di Gio Profumo man, it's so good. It smells like something between it's just different, man. When you think about think about all your favorite fragrances in this category. Something like Armani Code Absolute, Bleu de Chanel Parfum. This isn't blue at all, though. I'm just telling you that very like pristine nature, citric, little incense type of just pure class fragrances that are modern. You know, Armani Code Absolute, Bleu de Chanel Parfum, Sauvage, Profondo, Profumo. When you think of all of those like Titan, elite, staple, designer fragrances, even something like Egoise, not Platinum Egoise, original Egoise, this consolidates all of those into not a blue, but a citric, a sparkling. This is like sparkling green tea with floral and mineralic freshness. There's a sparkle to it, like a fancy schmancy sparkle over top of this citric green tea, slightly floral, slightly resinous feel. But yeah, if you own or want any of those fragrances I just named, this kills all of them. Sorry, guys, I got to catch up. Let's see. Thanks, Henry, for clarifying. Desert Rain smells kind of like leather. No. It has it says a leather note, but I smell zero leather. Zero leather in that fragrance. It's a light, sparkling, metallic, green tea-ish type of vibe to me. Rate Liquid Brune, 8 out of 10. I mean, you could blind buy it, but I don't say you should blind buy anything. The nose behind Lalique is Chris Nagel, the in-house nose for Hermes. Not in all the cases. There's not just one perfumer for Lalique. What's a good budget fragrance for high school? Versace Eros EDT, Armani Code Absolute, Gucci Guilty Elixir, or Bleu de Chanel EDP. What would you recommend as a masculine, musky, sort of fresh, but more on the stronger side, not too fresh? You want something strong, but not too fresh. That doesn't make much sense. Ocean, like, but also not too sweet, bit sweet. I loved my YSL Le Parfum back in the day. Probably Gucci Guilty Elixir, I'm going to be honest. Gucci Guilty Elixir sounds exactly like what you need. What up, Scent? Just got off work, pulled the trigger on Gray Vetiver today. Love that DNA. Hey, listen, I know it's in the back, but you guys know I don't have that many memoirs that I've done so far. And this one was, I think, the first or second memoir I did. That is a goated fragrance for me. Until they discontinued it and changed the notes as well. Bottled now dark blue. Yes. Best cheap dupes clones with nuclear projection that get lots of compliments. Top 3 for summer, top 3 for winter. That's too big of a question. I'm going to give you one from each. Nuclear projection, summer is going to be Afro Leather from Maison Alhambra. For winter, I would go Lalique White and Black. That's not a clone. If you want a clone, you can go Odyssey Homme Black Edition for winter. I wore Dior Sauvage to school, and many people, he's like, I want to know what color is the sky and, you know, what the temperature is and if I can go outside and what color is my favorite food. No, we don't answer 6 questions in one. I wore Dior Sauvage to school, and many people said it was too strong, even though I only used 1 spray. Well, you should have sprayed it in the morning before you got to school instead of spraying it as soon as you got out of your car or in the bathroom. What do you think about Versace Noir Oud? Haven't put my nose to it. What is a good signature scent to separate myself from other dudes in high school? Gucci Guilty Elixir, no question. What is a good budget fragrance for high school? Eros EDT, Gucci Guilty Elixir, Sauvage EDT, Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. For school and something that's different, I love Mont Blanc Platinum Explorer. Okay, I see you. Is Invictus OG now an Unk choice? No, I just think, I don't like Invictus at all. I don't like any Invictus. None of them. SB said it. There's too many fragrances that are in those styles that do it better. To me, the entire Invictus line is generic. I have an alternative for every Invictus. I don't do hypotheticals, Guru. If my house was on fire, I wouldn't be grabbing fragrances. Have you really, that question is just asking what are your 3 best fragrances in your collection? Does it look like I can pick 3? No. Have you tried any Tower perfumes? No, I haven't, Emmanuel. Appreciate you, Chloe. Hi, I smelled the OG Jean Paul Le Male. I might have to buy it. What are your thoughts, brother? The lavender and the vanilla. If you like lavender vanilla, just get Kingdom from Lattafa and get Le Male Elixir and call it a day. You'll get both. Jardin d'Amalfi Petrichor. Yeah, I mean, people don't know this, but petrichor is an accord in the Middle East that's used absolutely all the time. The special part about Desert Rain is it's not a generic petrichor accord. He made this phantom note out of a plant that I believe is only accessible in Arizona. So his petrichor rain accord is not like everybody else's. It's not something he ordered from Europe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. That's the perfect way to explain it. It's light, sparkly, and floats on the skin, but it has body. It's almost like when you smell light citric aquatics and stuff, like your Profondos and all that, a lot of times they're light but they're not rich. This is light, but full, rich smell. I wouldn't even say it's got body because you don't get that sense either. It's a rich smell that's light. You don't typically with a lighter scent, they smell simpler and you don't smell the complexity. You get all the complexity with this scent because the sillage is very beautiful, but it still remains light and sparkly. Has anyone tried Coco Loco by Zaharoff? Probably just about everybody in here. Bahara Onyx, can you describe it? I haven't put my nose to that yet. Best niche oud. I don't really think I'm in a position to say what's the best, but I do have oud for greatness. I have Taif oud. I have Orica from Boadicea the Victorious. Absolute Aphrodisiac is not oud, but it's castorum, so it has a oudish quality to it. Yeah, those are my ouds. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Mahir Legacy Black has oud. Tom Ford Oud Wood. Those are all synthetic ouds. Those aren't real ouds. I don't think I have a single real oud fragrance. It's all synthetic agarwood imitation oud stuff, which is like 95% of the game. I've sampled over 100 perfumes, but the Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Parfum is the best and so simple and delicious. Kind of upset about it, but it is what it is. My favorite's Le Male Elixir, but I'm sure that we are different ages and perhaps different gender. How about Tower? I haven't put my nose to it, Jimmy. Fragrance Plug, what up? Hey, yo, let me ask you something, bro. Let's be real. Let's be real. When are you going to come get that Wheel of Fragrance smoke? You know what? You know how I feel about it. I'm going to make the custom wheel just D4G edition. But if you want me to make it easy on you, bro, I can join you in the morning, bro. Split screen me. We can do some GoldenEye on your morning show. You tell me how you want to slice it. I want to make it super convenient for you because in the next month or two, probably 3, I got so many people, especially a lot of females. I'm about to bring like 15 females onto the show to balance out the type of content and stuff. Like I got so many things going on. It's getting ridiculous. So we got to tap in like ASAP. And what I mean by that is I need an email. I need a DM on Instagram. Whatever you need as far as scheduling, you tell me and let's get it on the calendar before it evaporates. Invictus EDT and YSL EDP. Invictus EDT and YSLY EDP. Which one would you prefer? Why? No question. Do you recommend vetiver-based scents to a 17-year-old? Yes, but only a few. If you're 17 and you want to get into vetiver, the only shot you have at it is Roja's Vetiver Parfum Cologne, Tom Ford's Gray Vetiver, or Amarud's Lunar. No. Ooh. Okay, scratch all that. Scratch all that. Because I think off the street, you shouldn't just walk right into vetiver. If you're 17 and you want to get into vetiver, but you need to maintain the 17-ness about you, the first fragrance you should go through as a rite of passage, and this is not a vetiver forward fragrance, but it has enough vetiver to recognize vetiver, you should get Elysium. There you go. Get Roja Parfums Elysium Parfum Cologne on Olfactory, Joma, any of those. You can snatch it up for about 120, so it's the price of a designer. No one will smell like you. You'll have a signature freshie that you can wear every day of the week. You can dress it up, dress it down. You'll be the best smelling in school, and that'll tickle your nose with vetiver, but it's mostly about grapefruit and amber and citrus, and it'll gear your nose to have an appetite for vetiver, and then you could pivot into some vetiver forward fragrances. But start there and let me know what you think, and then we'll upgrade you down the road. What would be a good alternative to YSLY? Fakar Black or YSLY or Maison Alhambra, yeah. Jean-Paul Gaultier Elixir or Elixir Absolu? Neither. Le Male Elixir. Best Creed Aventus clone, Armaf Peugeot. Pardon is good. From Nasamato, yeah, but you better be 35 and up. You better make some money. You better not drive a Honda Accord like me. Well, like I did. I drove a Honda Accord for 15 years. So I didn't get pardon until I just bought my new car. Put it that way. What do you think of Grey Vetiver Parfum? I don't. I think the EDP is always better. Once you get Grey, and actually, for any of you guys want to know like a really current, up-to-date video on vetiver, tomorrow I have a vetiver video dropping. I review Roja's vetiver, but at the end I compare it to all the elite vetivers and basically explain why Mancera's vetiver Sensuel consolidates like 90% of all of the elite vetivers. So that's a really interesting episode that you guys should really tap into. I think it premieres tomorrow at noon Pacific, which would be 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. But yeah, Grey Vetiver Parfum smells too close to Guerlain's Vetiver EDP and Parfum and Roja's Vetiver. So it really makes no sense to go in those three because you can get Vetiver Sensuel, which smells just like all three of those, but it's only $70 for 120 ml and it lasts longer than all of them. So if you're trying to mess with Grey Vetiver at all, stick with the EDP because it's fresher, same longevity, a little bit more versatile, and a little bit more distinct from Guerlain, Roja, and Mancera. Pardon is gross. Hey, listen, man. Pardon is a fragrance where you have to have money, you have to have status in the workplace, you have to have a job that requires a bravado fragrance. It is not a fragrance you just throw on. I don't care how old you are. You know, I'm pushing 40. I don't care if you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Just being an old guy does not allow you to wear Pardon. It is a bravado fragrance. If you're not a lawyer, a financial advisor, a judge, a politician, something in banking, something in finance, white collar, you wouldn't understand Pardon. You know, a surgeon, you can't just be an older gentleman trying to be classy and wear Pardon. Pardon is a bravado work attire style fragrance, or a rich man's lounge cigar type scent. Outside of that, you could never understand a Pardon. I only buy Tom Ford scents. Okay. Tom Ford Oud. Do you like Van Halen? Sure. What is the best imaginary authors to you? I have Waffle Cone. Okay, so the best imaginary authors, and do not blind by them based off of what I'm about to say. Slow Explosions, obviously, right, is like Slow Explosions. Memoirs of a Trespasser. The Juniper one, it's called like Giuseppe or something. Canary. I just got the Mountain one. Let me check. What is it called? Glacier something. That one's in the top 10, but it's not in the top 5. Yeah. I think anyone's ranking of imaginary authors means nothing because every scent is so artistic. I don't feel comfortable saying blind by this. How about Creed Aventus? What about it? What is the best Casamarati colognes that smell sporty? Depends, Edwin. Ask me a more specific question. Tower has the best leathery, inky scent I've smelled. Lone Star. Send it to me, Jimmy. Give me a decant. I'll shout you out. Green Irish Tweed is a good scent to drench in. I don't like Green Irish Tweed. I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. I'm a minority in this, but I just think going with Green Irish Tweed, you're better off. So there's two ways to go, because Green Irish Tweed has earthiness, and then it's got the greenness of it, the applishness of it. So it's like foresty and then citric. So if you want to go citric in that vein, I think you should just go to Lafayette. If you want to go, or even Sedley, even though those aren't like clones of Green Irish Tweed, I think the problem with Green Irish Tweed is it's just good. It's not amazing. And then if you want to go into the forestiness of it, I feel like even Eau Sauvage from Dior kills it. And if you want a modern version of Eau Sauvage, you just go Lin Sumi. Lin Sumi kills Green Irish Tweed to me. And then if you want to get real niche with it, I even think Epic Man kills Green Irish Tweed. Or Beach Hut Man. Beach Hut Man for sure kills Green Irish Tweed. Epic Man is like on par with Green Irish Tweed, but smells more modern, more realistic for versatile wear. But, you know, I'm a minority. Apparently, a lot of people love Green Irish Tweed, but it ain't scent bubble approved. I need some water, guys. Do I have a bottle? Oh, I do. Thank God. The best Mancera, the most wearable Mancera is Amberful. Day 3 fragrance is worth it. At least one of them is. Thoughts on MFK Plurel? I mean, it's a gentle fluidity type of DNA, man. What did you expect? You know, if you wanted a light, gentle scent that still has projection and incredible sillage, you should have went to Amorous Extrait. I mean, Aqua Media Forte. Aqua Universales would have gave you more sillage, but I mean, I hope you didn't blind buy it. You know, you might need to put some lotion on or some oils and to give that thing some longevity. Sandalwood or cedarwood dominant colognes. Cedarwood, no question. For my birthday, I got a new fragrance called Number One by Goodfellow. But the only thing is that it's an eau de cologne. Well, put 20 sprays on. Amouage Outlands, okay fragrance to me. It doesn't speak to me. It's a great fragrance. It just doesn't speak to me. You know about Florist House. I do not, Haxel. Habit Rouge versus Terre d'Hermes. Terre d'Hermes, no question. Edwin, go look at Mont Blanc Explorer Platinum. It's straight cedarwood with a hint of coconut. What do you recommend for date night? Dior Fahrenheit or Versace Dylan Blue? Please don't wear Dior Fahrenheit on a date. Please don't. Please don't. Just don't, man. I mean, Michael, just to put things into perspective, and you should have been known this being on my lives as much as you are. My dad has been wearing Dior Fahrenheit for 30 years. If you're wearing Dior Fahrenheit in 2025 to a date, may God bless you. Dylan Blue, no question if those are your only two options, but you need better options. What kind of car do you drive now? Here, I'll show you guys. Hopefully there will be light. It may be too... it may be too dark. Are my lights on? They are, okay. That's what I drive now. I heard Initio Oud for Greatness is a floral type of fragrance. Does that... Oud for Greatness is a floral type of fragrance. Does that take away from the masculinity? Not at all. And I would never call it a floral fragrance. Imagine Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie The Great Gatsby. It's got kind of a black tux, mystery man, freshness, density, slight sweetness. Um, I don't smell Oud for Greatness and think florals at all. Super fresh, heavy body, kind of like in the realm of like Prada Black or Bulgari's Man in Black, that kind of black tux affair. It's got this animalic freshness. I like to believe the animalic here translates, or the oud translates as a woody, fresh mystery body. You know, kind of like that. Who is that guy? He's sexy, but he looks like he might have, you know, been in a federal prison in his former life. You know, mystery man in a tux type of scent. I do not think florals at all when I wear this fragrance. It looks, smells how it looks. Great Gatsby. Dior Fahrenheit OG is awesome. Good luck finding it. I don't need luck finding Dior OG. My dad has like 100 bottles of it. It's the only fragrance he's worn for the last 30 years. I want to give my friend a fragrance for his birthday, but I'm unsure what he likes. He doesn't give much of a hint either. Get him Gucci Guilty Elixir and call it a day. Have you sampled Ormond Jane? Yeah, in fact, I just got in Taif, Montabac, or Montabaco Intenso, I don't know. Yeah, Taif, Montabac, and Tolu. Pardon is still gross. Hey, you know, it's not for everybody. Hey, I think I was sold a fake bottle of oud wood from a fragrance community person. I thought it was legit because 50 ml with a decant spray, it smells the same quality as my dupe. Well, then how do you know you got a fake? Hey, listen, man, you don't need to take Pardon to the point of slander. You've put like 6 comments about Pardon. Go on Fragrantica and see that that fragrance is rated a higher number than just about everything you've said so far. So does that make Fragrantica the Lord of Fragrance? No, but it does mean that the general public disagrees with you. And that's okay too. We all have our own preferences, man. What do you think is a good signature fragrance for a pilot? Something really clean. Platinum Egoise. What do you think of Axe Spray? I think it's 2025. Do you have Drunk Lovers? Is that Born to Stand Out? Fiero Casamarati is a good traveling fragrance. Yeah, it is. Do you like Oud Wood from Tom Ford? I do. What's the best summer fragrance for hot temperatures? Vetiver Sensual from Mancera. What do you think of Narciso Rodriguez Blue Noir EDP? It's sexy. It's a blued out version of Dior Homme Intense, and I love it. Is Club de Nuit Sillage any good? Yes, but I would prefer Off Non Supremacy in Heaven instead. Epic Man is good. I'm 43 though. I think Epic Man was made for 43-year-old men. The best Axe is Pure Coconut. Okay. Maceration. Spray a few times and store in a dark, cool place for 1 week without a cap. Is that correct? It can be correct, yeah. What do you think about Jean-Paul Gaultier EDP Intense? It's okay. Thoughts on Henry Rose? Haven't smelled it. Camry Life. Yes. Dior Fahrenheit Le Parfum is good, though. That's the only one you should be wearing. No, I mean, listen, man. The original Dior is sexy in a very old man way. It's I mean, it's petrol. It's gasoline in a can in the most mature way possible. That fragrance is very famous for a reason. If you were a man in a suit in the 90s to now, and you make a lot of money or you're on your way to making a lot of money, Fahrenheit is a bravado. You know, you spray a little bit of Dior Fahrenheit in the air and a guy will appear in a suit with a briefcase full of money. You know, it's something where nobody cares how you feel about it. It just is, you know. Le Parfum is smoother, but back when it was made, masculine business scents weren't meant to be smooth. They were meant to growl. And I feel like that's what's missing with a lot of masculine fragrances today. They don't have balls. What's your favorite type of scent? I have a lot. Do you know strawberry? No. Sorry, I just don't like Nishane. I thought you didn't like Nasamato. Yo, I love your streams. It's like ASMR, so chill. Love watching them before bed. Never give it. Also, crazy cologne collection. I only got stronger with you and Dior Sauvage and JPG set. Thank you, Charlie, for the kind words. Love Pardon. It's in my favorites. What do you think about Mephisto? Absolutely love it. It's right there. Best Lacoste scent, Lacoste Red. What are some good everyday all year round fragrances? Gucci Guilty Elixir, Versace Eros, Eau de Toilette, Bleu de Chanel, Eau de Parfum or Parfum, Sauvage, EDT, Eau de Parfum or Sauvage Elixir, Armani Code Absolute. Best scent in your opinion when you run into an ex? Listen, man, I've been with my wife for 16 years. I'm not trying to run into any of my exes. New to colognes, any recommendations? Any of the ones I just named 5 seconds ago? What's something fruity and very sweet like candy? Kajal Lamar. If you restarted your fragrance collection, what colognes would you not buy again? Half of my clones. Should I buy 1 fragrance or 10 decants? 10 decants. Bleu de Chanel EDP or Bleu de Chanel Parfum? Eau de Parfum if you want more performance, Parfum if you want richer smell. Is another 13 still the GOAT? No, not at all. Smelled Ombre Nomad and a coworker and it was pure luxury. Makes sense. How long have you been collecting? Collecting for 5 years, wearing fragrances for 20. My taste has changed since I began. What's your top 3 parfums de Marly? Wajan, Galloway, Carlisle. Have you tried any Le Labos? Of course. Gucci Guilty Elixir you like a lot. I've heard you say that 30 times. Gucci Guilty Elixir is great, but it just answers the question of a lot of you guys, which is like, what's a great everyday scent for X, Y, and Z? It's an affordable fragrance. It's new. It's signature. And it's extremely versatile. So it's just a convenient answer. I'm not going to try and make 20 different fragrances to answer the same type of question. I'm just going to say the same thing over and over. This came up a while scrolling. Can't stay for long. Thoughts on Versace Eau Fraiche? It's good, but it's weak. What's your favorite home fragrance? What's my favorite home fragrance? I have several home fragrances. Slow Explosions from Imaginary Authors. I definitely wear that at home more than I wear it out. Lynx Africa All Day. Haven't heard of it. I'm confused. Yes, Nasamato. Scent with Balls. Old Made New. Bois de Portugal. Bois de Portugal is great, and I have it. Is it okay to spray Versace Eau Fraiche 10 to 15 times to get better longevity? Yeah, absolutely. How do you feel about... I never heard of that. Cool, I got to the bottom. All right, guys. Hey, another minute or two. Ask any last minute questions you guys have, and then I'm going to sign off for the night. Thoughts on... Haven't heard of it, Jube. I really want to buy a Gourmand Sweet PDM. Smelled Altair and loved it. Should I wait to try Wajan? Wajan is syrupy honey with like bergamot freshness. It's basically a honey, sweet, spicy, syrupy scent. It's very sexy and seductive. Altair is more of just a winter gourmandish type of scent. They're both great. Wear Altair if you want more of the fall, winter, fresh gourmand. Wear Wajan if you're looking for a date night killer. Good night, Jimmy. Appreciate you, brother. Thoughts on the new Creed? I hate new Creeds. They're all reformulated. The new bottles suck. The only original DNAs that are left is Bois du Portugal and Royal Oud. Everything else has been reformulated to piss, and the clones are better. Top 3 Tom Fords. I don't have a top 3 Tom Fords, but ones I really love is Noir de Noir, Original Noir EDP, Noir Extreme, Oud Wood, the DL Mafia. Portofino's okay. Grey Vetiver, Plum Japonais, Black Orchid, Tobacco Oud, Black Liqueur. Those are some. I forgot to talk to you in the comments. That way you describe the fragrances make me feel like the fragrance is in front of my nose. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the kind words. Do you know the name of the cologne Ozzy Osbourne wore? I do not. Paco Rabanne, thoughts on Paco Million Privé? Well, that's probably why I skipped it. You're not spelling stuff out correctly. 1 Million Privé is good. Prodolome is good but sucks at performance. Get Prodolome Intense. What's your next memoir? Should I really tell you? That's the next memoir. Yeah, it really sucks, man. Creed has really, in the last 10 years, just periodically gone downhill. No original formulations, no original perfumers. They've all been replaced by these young McDonald's superstars. Club de Nuit has pretty much more original Creeds than Creed itself. And like I said, the only original DNAs left is Royal Oud and Bois de Portugal. And even those have clones. Royal Oud from Ministry of Oud. Bois de Portugal alternatives would be Lalique Pour Homme Lion is more classical version of Bois de Portugal. More modern take on Bois de Portugal is going to be Mercedes-Benz Intense. So it really sucks. If you can get your hands on vintage bottles of Silver Mountain Water and Green Irish Tweed and Millesime Imperial, Absolute Aventus is cool, but even Prosciutto beats it. Doesn't beat it, but it more than suffices. It's just sad where Creed's gone, man. It's just they're trying to live off a name, and that, you know, at this point, Creed Aventus is the only thing saving them from going bankrupt. Why is Lalique your favorite designer? Because the perfumers in Lalique are niche, world-renowned perfumers, and they have somehow managed to give you a niche level experience for less than $40 every single time. And I don't know of a bad Lalique fragrance, both in women's and in men's. I have the entire line. Each time I was with Lalique, I bought a fragrance. And I will take this back. The Holy Trinity Vetiver line, original Encre Noir Sport, Encre Noir à l'Extrême. Lalique doesn't get love because everybody pushes those three as what they recommend for people. But the reality is those three are the worst fragrances out of the entire men's line. And so I don't understand the marketing for content creators on it just because they're vetiver fragrances. Encre Noir a la Extreme is the only exception in that trio because it's basically Chanel Le Exclusive Sycamore, but better. But I just don't get, they've really screwed people's experience up because people's first fragrances with Lalique is Encre Noir, and then they basically decide they're never going to buy them again. I haven't smelled Imperial Valley. Monsieur Cedrat Boisé, please. I don't like it. Thoughts on Hawas Fire? It's okay. Yeah. Take care, Ariel. Appreciate you. What makes them the worst is they just are. You know, Encre Noir Original smells like a funeral home or a grave site. Encre Noir Sport smells like cheap, bitter grapefruit 5 days later after it's been out on the shelf. Encre Noir a la Extreme is great, but it's a classic French take on vetiver, and nobody likes classic vetiver who's not a connoisseur. It's not a mass appealing fragrance. But if you take Lalique Pour Homme, Lalique Equus, Indigo, L'Insoumis, the flanker to L'Insoumis, Ombre Noir, all of those are very modern, timeless scents that just make way more sense. Favorite tea fragrances, Wulong Cha from Nichane, La Corday from Montclair, Vintage Green 78 from Banana Republic, Imagination. Mask Milano does some good tea scents. Lotus Sea does some good tea scents. Yeah, I have some coming in, Jube. I just haven't put my nose to them yet. Do you feel original vetiver is too masculine? I asked because my girlfriend loves wearing it and she feels it's unisex. Honestly, original vetiver smells like soap. You know, so I think it's very unisex wearable because it smells like green soap. And I'm very shallow with that definition. There is a little more complexity to it than that, but essentially it's one of the soapiest vetivers you can find. So I'm not surprised that your girl likes it because it just smells super clean and fresh. My wife loves original vetiver on me. And I hate that because original vetiver to me almost doesn't even make it in the top 10 best vetiver scents for me, but I'm a gotta catch it all kind of guy with vetiver. I have to have every vetiver out there because I love the note of vetiver. So my collection of vetiver is purely off of the art of vetiver, not necessarily scents that I need or want to wear. But yeah, when I wear original vetiver, my wife goes, "Oh, what are you wearing?" But women like clean smelling men, so it makes sense. But, you know, your girl wanting to wear this fragrance just tells me she likes something clean and fresh and soapy, and I can see why that could be unisex. All right, brother, good to see you, Kix. Appreciate you. Is Alexandria 2 any good? It is very good, but it is not blind buy worthy. Armoff Club, don't know what that question is. What are your must-have top 5 fragrances? I just snagged up 1 Million Parfum and Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male Parfum. I really like these scents. I don't have a top 5. I have a problem. I just went to dinner with friends. All the girls love Lost Cherries. All the guys said they liked the smell, but they wouldn't wear it. What to pair with Lost Cherries to make it more masculine? Encre Noir a la Extreme. That gives it a nice smoky woody base. So you have smoke, you have woods, and you have cherries. Another base that you could put with it is Mahir Legacy Black, which is smoke, incense, woods, and vanilla with cherries. So it gives it a very robust, incensey, smoky, Nag Champa incense type of feel behind the cherry, and that makes it kind of like a dark cherry incense experience. So you can either go clean, smoky, woody, to kind of just give it some nuts. You can go heavy, smoky to give it, you know, a heavier scent profile while still being romantic. Yeah, try that out. 3 fragrances below 150 for date night. Tom Ford Noir Eau de Parfum, Original Noir. It's a black bottle with gray print. Bulgari Man in Black, which you can get on discounters for 70 to $100 for 100 ml. Very good. Prada Black, very good. Any of those for date night would just be killers. Make your favorite fragrances from Xerjoff and Amouage. I will have that in a future episode. Is Eros Flame the worst in the original? Is worse than the original Eros? Yes. Original Eros is the best Eros. Similar scents to Elysium by Roja. I love that kind of smell. Vetiver Sensuelle from Mancera is close. Lalique Equus is close. There's one more scent that's close. And Tygar. Hugo Reversed is a simple Elysium. Okay. Kajal 3 is also another one like Elysium, but it's closer to Tygar. Thoughts on LeBeau? If you're a young guy under 25, it could work for sure. If you're over 25 wearing LeBeau, you know, I don't know. Anytime, Iron, anytime. All right, guys, I am getting tired as all heck. Make sure you pay attention this week because I should be announcing the giveaway and all the instructions for you guys getting free fragrances for my 3K. I appreciate you guys. Hey, I see questions are coming up. Just copy paste them in the comment section of this video and I will be happy to answer them as soon as I sign off. If you're new to the channel, I post 2 to 5 videos every single day about fragrances ranging from clone, dupe, inspired, imitation, designer, niche, and independent niche. So if you're ever trying to learn about fragrances, deals, tricks and tips, how to shop for fragrances, how to wear fragrances, interviews, entertainment, game shows, all having to do with fragrance, this is the place that you'd like to be. And I offer you guys the chance to subscribe for free and see if you like the channel. And I really appreciate you guys tuning in to the lives. And I hope it brought you guys a lot of value today. Have a good Monday, guys. Until next time, peace.